go back and visit them, and it's just so many wonderful stories from those visits. And one day, we were playing this song for them, my guitarist and I, and all of the clear blue sky, because we always improvise, you know. It's like playing jazz sometimes, not today, but when we did it. I went right into Jingle Bell Rock, and it matched the song. So when I played the song, I matched the chord structure for Hawaiian hospitality. And we had a big laugh over that later. I said, Roy, when did you do it? I said, it just came into my brain, so I took a chance. And it worked, you know. So that's why I put that song inside there. You know, I tried learning to play the ukulele when I was 12 years old, because many of my friends could play a little. When they tried to teach me, I couldn't learn. I just didn't understand how to hold, for instance, G, for those of you that can hold G, I couldn't hold it. So they said, Roy, give up. And at 14, I tried again with my sister, who could play good. And she said, okay, I'll teach you. She tried to teach me. And she couldn't get it. And so she got a pot and a stick. And she turned on the radio and she said, listen to the music. Just hit the pot like this. And I would listen to the music and I would go. And she said, no, just do this. And I could not do that simple thing. So she said, Roy, give up. You'll never learn to play the ukulele. That's the true story. At 16 years old, there was a song on the radio called Sushi, recorded by Ota-san. That song was the beginning of changing my life. Because up until then, I was headed, I'm pretty sure, eventually to end up, I thought I would end up in Oahu prison because I was such a lost child. I mean, I was really lost. If any of you heard my story or read about it, you know, when I speak in a whole high school, I would share with the kids and I said, I feel, I mean, I have a good feeling that if I was sitting with them, I would be hurting just as much as any other child that was hurting in the school. And I got so many letters of healing from kids, in the thousands of letters over the years when I started speaking to kids in school, how I taught. First of all the struggles I went through, if I tell you now, you probably tell me, are you really telling me the truth? And when I got through all those struggles and found healing, that's what I share with kids in school. That's where the kids can change their life and realize that they can let go of a lot of the things that they've been holding in them for years. I just recently spoke to 5th and 6th graders, and I asked the kids, how many of you are hurting? And nobody in the world knows that hurt except you, not even your families. I would say about 80% raised their hand. Just, the hands just went up like that. And in the past, I've seen schools where 100% raised their hand, including teachers. And so when I explain this, they're able to read out all that. And once you read that out, they change. They no longer, for instance, get angry as much. They no longer are resistant to instruction or to words of, don't do this. It comes from things that we hold inside us. And I'll share at the end, if I remember, I will share with you what I share with every single child. That is the turning point that I think that helps them through their struggles. Ota-san, I heard that song on the radio, and I asked him to teach me. And thank goodness he didn't teach me to strum, because I would have failed. He taught me how to read music, like how you read music from the piano. I caught on so fast to that after one lesson, I could read the music, and he taught me where to put the notes on the ukulele, just like how I share with my students. That's how I started learning. And within 6 months, I was able to go through an entire music book and learn the songs on my own because I could read music. That was a turning point in my life. Because of that, I stopped going out with my friends who always got into trouble with the law. All I did was stay home and play the ukulele. So, I think we're just about ready for this song. This song, ladies and gentlemen, was a song I heard on the radio that I went to see Ota-san that changed my life. And it's a song that he recorded in 1963 called Sushi. And it was becoming, almost hitting the top 100 in America when out of nowhere, you remember when just around that time. That's right, the Beatles. And then that was it. Beatles dominated the whole thing. Song called Sushi by Oda-san. This is very difficult, so don't mind my mistakes.